Anything here is illegal, okay? I want you to obey my commands and give me a good, clean fight. Touch him up. I'm gonna touch him up. Thank you, Mom.
You're gonna have to learn how to go rounds, and that started in his last fight.
Round number 1, and again, for most of Berlanga's career, this has been the only round. Marcelo Coceres, though, a rugged veteran, again, 32 with 1 draw.
My thigh, and I would just shoot it straight up. I would kind of stiff arm it, and it just hits him under the chin where they can't see the punch.
You see the velocity on Berlanga's punches. And Andre, my question to you, again, you get a steady diet of Edgar Berlanga fights. We have not. My question to you was, do you like him or do you love him? Your answer.
Well, I love Berlanga. I love what he brings to the table physically, but also his charisma. He has the ability to walk in a room and capture a room and make everybody in the room feel special. He's got star power. He just has to continue to develop as a fighter and show the world that, yes, I can knock you out, but I can also box your ears off, and I'm more than just that.
Well, you can see he's able to put together his combinations. He just has incredible leverage. And again, I mentioned cartoonish power. Again, much like that, it was a little low right there from Berlanga. Robert Hoyle gets in there, but kind of like another guy from Brooklyn, Mike Tyson, where, you know, in the early years, guys were leaving their feet. It was like a cartoon. Lennox, you put guys down and laid them out, but against Tyson, people would leave their feet, take air.
Oh yeah, you know, when you're short and your gravity is closer to the ground.
You can not put them up in the air. I got you. You can only put them down at 6'6".
But, you know, Mike Tyson's legs were big. He had big, strong legs. So he had a lot of leverage there.
Yeah, and that mindset and then that fighting style works until it doesn't. Everybody's not going to go, and you better have something else that you can bring to the table.
Yeah, Berlanga very proud of his Brooklyn roots, by the way. Wants to be like he named, you know, Zab Judah, Danny Jacobs, Mike Tyson, of course, also Riddick Bowe, Mark Breland. There's such a lineage of great fighters. Didn't mention Floyd Patterson. I guess that's before his time. But great fighters coming out of Brooklyn.
Good jab right there. Stiff jab from Coceres that Berlanga felt.
Coceres already, you can see, with a veteran presence, getting outlanded here, but it's 15 seconds to go in the first round, and there was never any point in this first round where you thought he was going, which is different for a Berlanga fight. Good right hand there by Berlanga, always dangerous, and that's round number 1. So very proud of their Puerto Rican heritage as well, big on Tito Trinidad, and look, 40. All right, so he fell short. Andre, he threw 26 jabs in the first round. That's a lot of jabs.
Yeah, they were all power jabs, too. That's the thing about Berlanga. He hasn't learned how to throw a flick jab or a setup jab. Everything he throws, including the jab, is powerful, like you just saw right there.
You know, if Deontay Wilder is throwing 26 jabs around, we're going to see a very good fight tonight.
That's just my guess.
Hard to hit Tyson Fury, but in the first fight, he was throwing that many. Here, it's round number 2, scheduled for 10. And you see Marcelo Coceres out of Argentina in the red trunks. Edgar Berlanga out of Brooklyn in the white.
You're the veteran Coceres. You want to drag this fight into the mid and late rounds. You need to try to win some rounds. You need to try to hurt the young fighter, but you don't want to get caught with something in these first couple rounds. Drag him late and see how that conditioning is, and see if you can land some big shots to see how he responds.
Andre, I was watching that fight that Berlanga had with Damon Nicholson back in April, and Joe Tessitore had the call with you guys, and you were like counting down, 15 seconds left in the first round. Can he do it? And it's like, all right, I'm glad I didn't have to do that this time around. We knew, all right, he can fight one round, it's okay.
And it's the gift and the curse. It's a beautiful thing because he brought a lot of A-list celebrities to the table. They want to see him. Who is this kid getting all these first round knockouts? But you also don't get past that first round, so you don't know how you're going to respond.
That's a whistling combination. You know, when he digs in, he throws a 3-punch combination, you just go, whoa, look out.
And Berlanga doesn't even have to throw hard to land hard. That's how you know he's a real puncher.
Well, that's it. In that fight against Nicholson, because we've got 1 minute left to go in round 2, he knocked down Nicholson in rounds 2, 3, 5, and 8. At times where you just didn't expect it, suddenly the man would be down. Coceres much more cagier in this fight. You can see he lands a right hand off the jab, able to put out a nice stiff jab. Berlanga answers with his own. Able to slip that jab is Coceres. So Coceres, veteran guy. If you're winning rounds from Billy Joe Saunders, you can box.
Come on.
Coming in, crashing in is Berlanga. Very dangerous. Feints with the right hand, and then throws it. Final 20 seconds.
Good left hook right there from Coceres. Short left hook.
Bajado, remember him?
Early on, yes.
And Max, I'm going to give you Aceleno Freitas. That's right, Max. I went Freitas on you. Guys who were just pure excitement.
Yeah.
He'll get a kick from the old ladies. Here Berlanga, able, seemingly winning rounds, digs in with a beautiful hook. But those are fighters that you're saying, you know what, I will pay to watch this guy.
No matter what happens,
right?
They win or lose.
Berlanga comes in with some good feints, but he's got to do a double feint sometimes because Coceres is, watching out for any feint that comes. He's just kind of tightening it up and preparing himself to get hit.
Berlanga goes to work there, nice combination. But Coceres, you can see what a veteran he is. Even scoring shots and landing on him hard, he's able to get out of danger and not look like he's panicked doing it.
Yeah, he's very calm under pressure. He's getting hit, but if you notice, the veteran's always looking for the young fighter to make a mistake so he can counter, and that's what Coceres is doing right now. He's weathering the storm. He takes some shots, he'll roll some shots, but watch his eyes because he's always looking at Berlanga, waiting for him to make a mistake.
Coceres has decent power too, fellas. Just want to mention his last fight, he knocked out Nelson Rosales in the second round and knocked down with a hook, and then he knocked him out with a vicious left hook.
Coceres' movement is really good. It's really messing up Berlanga in a sense because Berlanga can't get that, him standing still so he can get that power shot off and release some good combinations. But the jab,
that's three beautiful jabs, Lennox. It's 3 in a row. Good stiff, long jab.
Let me tell you what he's doing really good. He's stepping into the jab, so there's good power coming behind those jabs.
That's a good point, Lennox. Look, see the way he steps in right off that left foot, driving it home. You're right. So it's a hard. What's the hardest jab you ever felt, Lennox? You had a good jab that you had to really be wary of power. Anybody you can remember?
I don't remember, no.
You had one of those.
Yes.
Yeah, they had to worry about your jab.
Actually, when I hit myself with a jab.
You were your own worst enemy. Berlanga piling up the points here. Coceres lands a small right hand. It's a harder right hand for Coceres.
Part of this maturation game for Berlanga is not falling asleep when it looks like he's having his way because, once again, veterans are always looking for an opportunity.
Lennox Lewis went at it with Biggs, Bruno, Morrison, Mercer, Lotta, Briggs, Holyfield, Rockman, Tua, Tyson, Vitaly Klitschko. Anybody? Stiff jab?
No.
All right. So what were you doing in a parking lot showing him how to throw a jab?
We just met. We actually met coming from somewhere, and we talked for a little bit, and I said he's got a good jab, but it can be better.
He looks like such a nice young kid with Lennox. It's so deferential. What do I do now? Like he's out there like after church in his suit, throwing a jab.
Coceres start to take a few more chances when he sees. If he sees Berlanga start to slow down and start to breathe a little bit heavier, watch, he's going to stand there and start to sneak in some heavier shots.
Coceres gets popped with the right hand there, but he does move his head well. Getting ready for the main event, and I believe we have a Tyson Fury sighting. Heavyweight champion has started to make his way. So there is the, I don't know if he's in the van.
Yeah, that's his car service.
That's a service. Oh, he gets a nice van. That's like you get. Berlanga gets Coceres in the corner, but the heavyweight champion is on his way. See if Berlanga can make something happen here as Coceres just easily slides out of the corner.
It's a dangerous spot for Coceres to be with a guy like Edgar Berlanga.
Motorcade is the word I was looking for. The motorcade is underway. The eagle is flying. Heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury, defending against Deontay Wilder. Deontay walks first this time. He's not used to that. Imagine that, he's not defending.
Yeah.
He's challenging.
When I became champion, I never wanted to give up that right. I never wanted to be in the ring waiting for another guy to take his time to get there.
You managed to do that, Andre.
Yeah, thankfully.
Nice right hand by Coceres.
Those chances that I was talking about that Coceres is going to start trying to take.
And there's a right hand to the body from Coceres as well, starting to land. And in different ways. Nice hook off the jab and doubles up on the hook.
Like I said, Berlanga needs to move his upper body a little bit more.
And now we get to see a bit of a test. Again, Berlanga in his last fight against Damon Nicholson was tested, certainly, but he was having success in almost every round. This fight's a little different. He could be piling up, winning every round. This is more competitive.
Coceres is trying to land a counter shot, fellas. He wants the young fighter to make a mistake so he can counter.
Berlanga lunging in now, missed with the right hand, but landed with the hook. Trying now to make something happen. We're through 4 rounds with Berlanga and Coceres. Now in full screen, Marcelo Coceres, and a decent fight. Coceres, again, strong enough, sturdy, consistent, moves his head well, and he's poised, even under fire, able to survive these early rounds against the young phenom.
Berlanga landed a vicious left hook to the body at the end of the last round, and Coceres should be happy that that bell sounded because he was hurt.
That's a hard hook as well, but Coceres answers immediately.
Yeah,
partially blocked, but he was able to fire back.
Right, but Berlanga's kind of, he found something in those body shots, and he's letting both hands go. Coceres can't get hit with too many clean shots to the body like that.
Coceres, I was surprised he didn't get cut in half on that shot.
But he's tough, though.
Big hook by Coceres.
Coceres is tough.
Fired that back beautifully. Berlanga being tested here for tonight, and first time in his professional career.
And you can tell he's getting hit because he's getting marked up a little bit.
And a little desperate with those shots. That was a wild hook that missed. Again, 10 rounds, as we pointed out earlier, Andre. It's a long time. We're only in round 5.
We're halfway home.
It's a long way to go. Berlanga has got to use his energy wisely here. Just missed there, and able to block that shot. Hook from Coceres.
Coceres is, moving around, like I said, well, he's on his toes, but Berlanga needs to be on his toes a little bit more. When a guy's moving on his toes and you're flat-footed, the guy that's moving around is a lot quicker.
But he's a puncher, Lennox, you know that. He wants to be flat-footed and generate as much power from his feet and his legs as possible. What if you get a flat tire?
Yeah.
What happens there?
You got the other 15 cars behind you that will pick you up. Round number 6, Edgar Berlanga, Marcelo Coceres. And Coceres now up on his toes, snapping out a double jab. Let's go to Bernardo Osuna. Bernardo, what do you have?
I just spoke with Mike Basil, who is a cut man for Edgar Berlanga. He's got a cut on the scalp above the left ear. He said it's not a big deal, but it's just something to think about and keep an eye on.
Rounds now becoming a little more exciting as Coceres up on his toes, boxing a little more, moving. Andre, is that desperation or is that tactics, or is he feeling a little better now?
I think Coceres feels like he's in a good space right now. He showed us that at the end of the round. He kind of danced away from Berlanga and said, yeah, I'm here. So I think it's just a tactic where sometimes he wants to move away, see what Berlanga does, and other times he wants to press him. Just different tactics from the bench.
And I'm wondering if some of these rounds might not be going to Edgar Berlanga. Let's check in with Larry Hazard. Larry, how do you have it?
No, Brian, I have to disagree with you. I got Berlanga ahead, 50-45. He's pitching a shutout, but you know what? Coceres is really making it competitive, and a lot of times the score really doesn't give you the greatest insight into the fight.
Coceres going after that. By the way, we're not in disagreement. Larry, we're not disagreeing here, but Coceres has started to land now.
I think Berlanga's hurt right now.
He was able to trade right there. I wondered, again, the judges, do they give rounds? Are they close or not? Larry's given all the rounds to Edgar Berlanga, but that was a revelation right there for Coceres.
Coceres hit him with some good right hands, and this is what I'm saying about Berlanga. He's got to move that head. Can't keep that head in one spot.
Right now he's trying to recover. He's trying to get himself together. His head's not all the way there, and you know that because he's not throwing any punches.
Andre Ward, again, you were an Olympic gold medalist. Of course, Lennox, you were as well. Berlanga, nearly 200 amateur fights. So even though he's 24, that's not that young. But what do you make of this as far as the maturation process?
We're watching it unfold right before our eyes right now. I think he's hurt again. He got hit with 2 right hands that I do not think he's recovered from. Let's see what Coceres does and how Berlanga responds.
30 seconds to go. Again, we just saw Julian Williams, Vladimir Hernandez, where it looked all J-Rock in the first half of the fight. Hernandez did enough. Nice combinations there by Coceres, and Hernandez did enough to actually win the fight on the scorecards. So we've already had a bit of a surprise in what was an outstanding fight, and this fight has started to turn in surprise as well. Heavyweight champion of the world on his way, but we've got an interesting fight here. We've got 4 heavyweight fights on the pay-per-view coming up, an outstanding card top to bottom, and this fight, which was kind of a showcase for Edgar Berlanga, has turned into much more than that. Marcelo Coceres outlanding Berlanga for the first time in that last round, 17-9, and hard shots as well, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how the young fighter is going to respond to that last round. Those things happen, especially early in your career. And like I said, Berlanga hasn't had a lot of rounds because of all those first round knockouts. His last fight is really the beginning of his real true professional career, and I'm trying to see how he responds to that last round of adversity.
And I'll tell you, the power punches, you see, like punches landed the last round 17 the most by any Berlanga opponent. Also power punches. Coceres, hard right hand. Coceres landing 40 power punches. That's the most that Berlanga has weathered in any of his fights as well. Again, this is new territory. A very experienced amateur, U.S. Youth National Champion years back, 162-17, 17-0. It's not like he's brand new to the game. He's very experienced, but again, there are different levels of progression, and Coceres is giving him a lesson right here tonight.
In real time.
Yep.
And that's the thing, the young fighters, the pressure that they have to shoulder is that they're maturing and they're going through their process and they're evolving in front of the world. Shot in right at the end after the, with maybe about 30 seconds to go. That's fine. Figure out what to do, but do it behind the jab. Good shot right there from Berlanga.
Berlanga still bringing it. Again, sells a lot of pop and able to land another scoring shot on the way in. That's a nice jab from Berlanga in the final seconds here in round number 7. We're going to hear from Max Kellerman and Sean Porter in just a moment, get their thoughts on this young phenom being tested here tonight. That's 7. We go upstairs to Kate Abdo. Kate, Coceres has gotten stronger as we've gone along.
Yeah, Berlanga is learning, is still learning.
Pressure when things might not be quite going his way.
And now we're going to see the engine, as we said, the engine of Coceres being tested, because you've got to keep that intensity up. Berlanga is always stalking. He is the predator here.
Coceres just wants Berlanga to make one mistake so he can try to follow up and get him out of here.
Okay. Lennox, you think?
I believe he's winning that round. I mean, I would love to see Berlanga throw a double jab. He throws one and it hits his opponent. He needs to throw double.
I tell you, the punches landed in this round 5-4 in favor of Berlanga. It's not like Coceres has had wild success, but his movement has makes see now he's able to maybe land a shot partially blocked. Here, round 8, Edgar Berlanga in the white trunks, Marcelo Coceres in the red. It's been a good fight. Coceres perhaps winning some of these rounds.
These next 2 rounds are extremely important for the development of Edgar Berlanga and how he's going to be viewed if he's successful in this fight.
Yeah, I agree with you. He needs to turn it up, do something really special.
Lennox, you're right. That right eye has really closed just in the last round.
Oh,
he goes!
On the way in. He's upset at himself.
5.
First time he's ever been
6,
knocked down.
7, 8. Let's go.
And look at Coceres, can barely see out of that eye, and he puts Berlanga down. He is firing now. He's got his man hurt. He's staggered him with a hook. Berlanga in the corner. Wow, he staggered him again.
Berlanga did the right thing by holding on.
See exactly what hurt Berlanga on the canvas. Just a counter right and a delayed reaction, and then he has the presence of mind to say, oh, come on. Angry with himself, but at least has the wherewithal to know what's happening.
Yeah, fellas, that's what I've been saying, that this guy, Coceres, veterans are always dangerous. They're looking for one shot. And I just got done saying that Berlanga was having a good round, and then he fell asleep. He threw a shot and didn't anticipate a shot coming back, and then there you have it. He's sitting on his back looking up at the lights.
Now he came back at the end of the round. By the way, Coceres actually hurt Berlanga again.
Greedy because Coceres is dangerous, but closed the show.
Yeah,
You're telling him to be smart, but he also needs to take command.
There's that overhand right again. Yeah, Andre, I don't think he saw that overhand right in that last round at all.
It was a great counter. I mean, Coceres threw it from a weird angle that you wouldn't think he'd be able to get off that overhand right, but he did.
And look at Coceres in Rocky mode, that eye closed, and yet able to knock his man down, hurt him at the end of that 9th round as well. To win the fight that way. But he's able to counter. Maybe he's bringing him in, takes a body shot, eats a body shot.
Time to make the step up. This is the right step up for Edgar Berlanga.
No, you're right. It's a big learning process here tonight. He found himself tested, found himself on his back, and yet we believe he is still up on top. We'll chant for Edgar Berlanga from the people who made the trip from New York.
I don't think Coceres can really see out of that right eye, and that's where I would tell Berlanga be throwing a combination and ending off with a left hook.
At some point, every young prospect / contender has to be appraised. You want to know what his chin is like, what his conditioning is like, how does he respond to adversity, and what happens when things aren't going his way.
Final 10 seconds of the final round, and a rough night for Edgar Berlanga. Again, piling up the points early on. It appears he's done enough, but he went down as Marcelo
Ladies
Coceres.
and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, the judges are in agreement. All 3 score the bout exactly the same, 96-93. All 3 in favor of the winner by unanimous decision, And still undefeated, the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga.